Go back to target selection, probes. We've got to go to Aging Kerbal DSN-R satellite. Yeah, whatever. There. That's what we're going for. Now, you can see it's in a large inclined orbit. It's in fact in a retrograde orbit going in the opposite direction to what we're going to do. And the best way to accomplish is to do... Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to undock. Back away. Okay. We do have our thing aboard, our radiator. Can't forget that. So, oh, I lost my target. There it is. So you want to do the burn at this ascending or at the descending node, but since the ascending node is coming up first, we're going to do it there, and you're going to send it out towards... You don't want to fix your inclination now because that would be monstrously expensive. We're getting a little bit of a moon encounter, which is kind of annoying, but it seemed like we were able to avoid it. And you just want to get the apoapsis of your transfer out here towards the orbit, right at the DN in this case. But just trying to make it look like it's sort of in the right area. What is that? That's 15,978. This is 16.4. 15 point. Yeah, that's probably pretty close. I'm just kind of eyeballing. I want to just touch the orbit, really, is what I'm trying to do. But I think that's probably pretty close right there. And when you're out here, this is where you're going to want to do your plane change when you're out here. But I'm going to leave that for now because you want to do your plane change when you're moving very, very slowly. Right now we're moving at 2.2 kilometers per second. We'll be moving a lot more slowly out here. We can also combine the inclination change with the getting our rendezvous at the same time. But for now, what we're going to do is get this guy going. So we need to activate this engine. We're going to fire her up for the first time. And we're going to F5. This is a prograde burn that's coming up very, very soon. So let's just push ourselves a little bit prograde right now just to kind of clear the station. Get ourselves ahead of the station a little bit. We'll do this with some RCS. That should be it. Okay, and we'll get ourselves to the maneuver. Put ourselves on the node. Okay, and it's a 2-minute and 37-second burn, but that's cool. Yep, sorry for the people that are a little bit late. We are closing in on the conclusion of this one, and we'll pick it up next time. We do have, for those people that are just joining us, we have a satellite that we have to rendezvous with and do some repairs and return. This craft, though, is a keeper. So when this is all said and done, I don't want to deorbit it and put on parachutes or anything. It's not capable. I want to bring it back to this station when all is said and done, and it should have the Delta V for it. But that's going to have to be for next episode. Right now, though, we're 13 seconds from this burn. Why do you have air brakes on it, though? The air brakes are for doing aero braking to help create some more drag when you're... Sorry, just do and go. When I return back to this station, we're going to use Kerbin's atmosphere to slow us down, to save us some fuel, and these air brakes will be there to add more drag and to help us do that. But right now they're doing nothing other than looking awful cool. Which, let's face it, that's half the reason I have them on there. Okay, we can do a little bit of physics warping. Oh, there we go. Get this burn over with. Station is long gone. I like my little craft. I think this is going to be a handy little vehicle for me. The whole point of this is, again, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, for those people that are joining us late, this should be something that can service us well. Go out to Minmus and come back. Go out to the moon, come back. I plan eventually to have stations in orbits of both of those two bodies, and this is going to be our little runabout to go between them. Okay, let's look at our map here. And get ready to cut our throttle once we get out there. We're going to be very close to the moon when this is all done. Alright, I think that is looking pretty good. We're clearly missing our satellite by quite a lot, but you know what? And also we are, 167 degrees off on our inclination, but all of that is going to have to be something that we're going to fix for the next episode. You may have noticed that I do have a second contract right after the stream. I took a look at the contract, seeing if anything popped up, and I saw Rescue Gazukan from Orbit of Kerbal. This is one of these very standard type of rescue contracts that I have not been seeing too many of. Let's get rid of the station, because there he is right there. So my plan is actually now rendezvousing twice. You're going to rendezvous with the satellite, then we're going to come back down, we're going to pick up Kazakhstan, and then we're going to go to the station, and then after that we'll see. I got some ideas on some improvements to make to the station, and but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We will, we got a lot to do just with this vehicle right here. So and just to get a couple of things out of the way as well, I always like to make sure that I thank my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who do continue to support this channel. If you want to support this channel directly, all the links are down there in the doobie-doo, but I do want to, in particular, welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patron, Russ Glish. So thank you very much, Russ Glish, who just joined over the weekend. And of course, a very special thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this rendezvous out of the way. So you can see, we are in the wrong inclination. In fact, not only are we in the wrong inclination, we are actually in the wrong direction, because we are coming around here prograde, because we did leave a station that was orbiting in a prograde direction. Well, this satellite's going around the other way, and we got this inclined. We also are missing it by quite a lot. So I want to kind of fix all of that with this burn. I want to fix my inclination. I also want to adjust this so that we'll end up rendezvousing with it after one more orbit. So that's going to be a lot of work for this particular burn. So let's see if we can pull that off. So we're going to add a maneuver here. First thing I'm going to deal with is the inclination. Now, most of this inclination is just going to be flipping the orbit the other way. So rather than getting into the normal and anti-normal bit of it, actually it's going to largely be retrograde. So we're just going to basically flip our orbit like that. Just like that. And this is, by the way, where you want to do this big inclination change. When you're way out here, especially in a long elliptical orbit, out by your apoapsis, where you're going to be moving the most slowly. Any kind of plane change, the slower your craft, the better. And this is where we'll be the most slow. This is where we'll be the fastest, so we definitely don't want to do it at periapsis. We want to do it out here at apoapsis. And let's see, we're going to have to put some more retrograde into this to kind of do that. We also do have to put some normal in here. I got a feeling everything's backwards now because I flipped it. Nope, the other way. So look at the orange one, not the green one. I'm encountering a moon there. So that kind of a thing. You can right-click on either the ascending or the descending node if you have your target selected. And you want to get that angle, obviously, as low as you can make it. You can see it's getting lower, lower, lower. Oh, I got another moon encounter. I think that's going to be the biggest thing I think I'm going to need to deal with. Let's see, a little bit more retrograde. Let's get that periapsis up. Okay, see if we can make this so we're not getting involved with the moon. There's the frickin' moon again. It's gonna be the biggest thing is let's get maybe back inside the moon. Gotta avoid those moon encounters. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we can time this in such a way. See, we're missing here. You can see that. Let's actually put on the little widgety tool. But by adjusting the period of this orange orbit by raising and lowering my periapsis, I can adjust my timing for when I'll get back here. So let's, oh, that's, no, I think I want to go this way. There it is. So if I bring my periapsis down, you can see I'm bringing that encounter down, and with some luck, I will also, oh, I wouldn't mind it being higher. The higher I can make this, the lower my encounter speed. And by higher, I mean the height of my periapsis. It's just the moon just might have some other ideas for me. We'll see. I think the moon has some other plans. Well, oh no, this is missing by a lot. Okay. Okay, it's the moon. That dastardly moon is avoiding me getting the ideal one I want. Some people might be going, oh, use the moon to give you a hand. The moon is, although you can use it to give you a little bit of a boost, it's honestly more of a pain than I think it's worth. Okay, let's just see if we can get an encounter. Close, close, close. Oh boy, so what's happening here? Oh, that encounter's on. Okay, I'm gonna get into my settings just really quickly. And we're going to turn down the conic patch limit to just 2, which is the minimum. Resume. Good. Now I'm not seeing that extra. I think what I'm going to have to do is take a couple of orbits, because I think the moon's going to continue to insist on being problematic. See what we can do. Maybe a little bit more. It's got the inclination, but you can see that moon encounter there. Moon encounter there. Moon encounter over here. No matter where I go, I'm hitting the moon. Wow. Okay. Okay, right there. I'm honestly just going for a big trajectory. You know what might be the better plan? I got a better idea. Just pop this ahead on orbit. That's all I got to do. Pop ahead in orbit. Go ahead, one more orbit. Get one that doesn't have the moon getting in my way. Eventually it's got to happen, right? So I just popped ahead in orbit, so we're going to ride around the blue orbit more than once. Eventually I'm going to get a path here that's not going to involve a moon encounter. I think I need to come forward 1 second. There we go. No. Okay. Yeah. Is that actually a close encounter right about here? It sure looks like it to me. Coming within 20 kilometers with a relatively low speed. Relative inclination is at -0.1. But that burn's not coming up. We're going to go around, and then we're going to come back up to it. It burns in 9 hours and 70 minutes. So I think I'm going to go with this. I think it's the moon encounters that I'm really struggling with. Okay, I think that's going to work. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to F5 like I always like to do before I do a big burn. And yeah, I don't see anything else. Is this thrust limiter right up? It is. It is a 1 minute and 27 second burn. So we're going to go way out. We're going to come back and whip around again. And then we're going to go back out again. And this time we should be able to get this to work. I'm going to put this on. I'll wait for the time warp to stop first. Well, welcome to Clan. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Glad you can make it. Yeah, I put a little note there up on the top. I pinned it to, please use the @even. I'm really struggle sometimes to catch what's going on in the chat. So an @even just puts that little orange, gets my attention. Okay, so here we go. We got our burn coming up. You can see it's mostly retrograde. And that burn's starting in 30 seconds. Okay, so let's do it. And I'll just put this on here, and we'll keep an eye on our close encounter indicators, our intersect indicators there too. All right. Good evening, Mark. Glad you can make it. And okay, let's start paying attention. 5, then 4, 3, and 2, and a 1, and a go. Glad I did that. Go ahead, one more orbit. The moon's getting in your way. Try the next orbit after that. All right. And you can see now I'm starting to get some action over here, but I think I'm going to get a lot of action. We're flipping our orbit right around, so what was retrograde is now prograde. The camera's flipping around because our periapsis dipped into Kerbal and then dipped back out again. This is the kind of burn, I think, in a real world situation live astronauts would never do, because if you ever had an engine failure while your periapsis was into the planet, yeah, you're going to die. So, but we don't have to worry about those things here. All right, what we got? About 17 seconds left on the burn. Oh, I'm seeing NAs now for the intersect, so we'll reassess as we get close to the end here. Start reducing throttle. There might be a moon encounter in all of this. Who knows? Okay. We'll see. Let's see what we got. We're gonna have to do some tweaks as we do this anyway. All right. So there's a burn. What's going on here? What on happy, crappy Earth? Well, I'm glad I quick saved. What happened there? You saw it. You saw that I had it all, but I am now on an escape trajectory. Okay, I'm gonna have to take advantage and do a revert here, and I'm gonna have to really watch what happened there. That was weird. That was very weird. Let's look at this again. So, coming up here, gonna go around twice, and then we're gonna do this burn. Okay, we're gonna watch it all from here this time. Again, we're gonna do a quick save. Let's watch it. This time, so I'm not quite sure what's happening. Coming around, back around. Oh, we got a moon. Okay. Now it's making some sense. Oh my gosh, the bloody moon. The bloody moon. Okay. Okay. That made sense what just happened there. All right, at least it makes sense now. I'm a little bit surprised it wasn't showing that moon encounter earlier. I guess because it's not. Oh, bloody heck. Okay. So what I'm getting is once around, when I came around on the second one, I'm getting this moon encounter. Okay, we're gonna have to do this in a couple of stages, folks. Okay, this is really... Okay, going back to that first maneuver, we need to avoid that moon. Why do they always put these satellites so close to the moon? It's not fairs, I tells ya. Okay, so go into maneuver number... Why is that? Oh no, maneuver number... Put that maneuver 1 ahead 1 orbit. So there. I put this maneuver here just to show... I don't know what the heck it's showing. cancel this. There we go. Coming around, add a maneuver. There, I want to avoid this encounter. So, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to have to delete this whole maneuver here and just go again. I want to avoid, so we're going to do delete this maneuver. Boink, there we go. So the problem is in our second orbit, we're getting to the moon. So I'm going to have to put a maneuver ahead of that, whose whole job is just to avoid that moon encounter. There we go. We are just missing the moon. I think my best plan right now is to just do that burn. Just do it. So this is just a 6-second burn to avoid the moon. Let's try that. So F5 again. So yeah. You know, if they just put these satellites like out here a little bit, but they really like putting them very close to moon orbits. I once had one of these types of contracts to go get a satellite, and it was so close to the moon orbit, by the time I got out there, the moon grabbed the satellite and gave it a kick, which was really, really frustrating. Okay. Time warp to that. So it was because I was going around twice. On the second time around, we zipped by the moon. Half throttle here. And then we're going to try this again. Hopefully we won't see another moon encounter. Okay, moon encounter's gone. Delete that. Okay. And now, let's time warp a little bit. So now I can go around again without hitting the moon, which is a plus. Now, hopefully, I gotta reset up that first one. Again, this is mostly retrograde to flip the orbit. A little bit this way. And with some luck, we can do this without hitting the moon again. Like that. That's exactly my problem. Oh, this is being less fun than I hoped for. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to have to try. Let's just delete this. Let's make sure I'm not going to run into the same problem of running into the moon again on a subsequent orbit. No, wait. 9 days from now. How can this maneuver be 4 days? Oh my god. When am I coming back down to periapsis, for goodness sakes? In 1 day. How is this maneuver... 4 days in the future. Back in orbit. It's like it's making its own decisions. Okay, so this maneuver is coming up in 2 hours. That makes more sense. So if I go another maneuver, I'm getting the moon again. Okay, so what we're going to have to do... maybe check a few orbits into the future. I don't know. I'm going to raise this up again. Again, this is avoid another moon encounter. I'm going to take this maneuver, this second dummy maneuver. I'm just going to pop it ahead orbits and look for moon encounters. Okay, I'm going ahead orbits and not seeing moon encounters for a while. So I'm hoping the second one will be okay. Let's delete that second one and we'll go around and we'll perform this first one. Oh, the moon, I hate you so much. You know, oh yeah. This is all inefficient too. Oh well, whatever. Hopefully we'll have the fuel for it. This is all inefficient because I'm burning the wrong direction. Maybe I should have flipped it first. A little late now. I should have flipped it first. Because I'm realizing by raising my periapsis, I'm actually continually burning the wrong way. Let's flip right now. This was a bad idea. I'm burning the wrong way. Okay, here. We're just going to burn retrograde. I'm being exceedingly inefficient. Undoing what I just did. I want to flip this orbit. Wow. We're off to a roaring start. This thing has more fuel than it needs, so I'm hoping I'm still going to be okay. So now I'm just going to keep going. Oh, no, now it's prograde, and retrograde just switched there. Prograde now. And I'm just pushing it out so my periapsis is out of the atmosphere. I should have done this the first time. Okay, we're back to being safe again. Now. Oh yeah, now we're going the other way. Life is so complicated. Oh shoot, there's a moon encounter. Oh, I'm time warping. Okay, I'm just missing the moon encounter, so maybe the moon encounter isn't really there, it just thinks it's there. I think it thinks it's... okay, let's burn prograde again. This time it's this moon encounter that's getting on my nerves. Let's try this. Bloody hell. A little more prograde again. Now I'm getting another moon encounter. Okay, no moon encounter. Let's delete this one. Put this here. Bloody, it's still there. Okay, more retrograde. Try this again. Okay, now we're not getting a moon encounter on this orbit or the next one. Yikes. What I thought was going to be a nice, simple contract is turning into a royal pain in the posterior. Alright, let's fix our inclination now. So we gotta come this way. Approximately. And we're going to now be burning prograde. And again, I'm looking for getting a close encounter without running into the moon, please. That would be super. And if you notice like how these encounter indicators aren't moving, then just pop ahead a second or two until you see them jump. Should just jump. Because these maneuvers... There. It's got to be ahead of that. Where's the other one? There we go. Now I'm seeing it. Go away, moon. Leave me alone. I'm not interested in playing with you. Okay. Oh, I might be onto something. Oh, shoot! Why'd I do that? I held shift for some really dumb reason. Oh, for God's sakes. I am not in a good spot today. I think my brain's just distracted. I held shift to zoom in. Like, why would I do that? And then, of course, that meant the throttle went. Why'd I do that? I don't know why I did that. Okay. Keep your hands away from the keyboard. We'll get this to work yet. We have a 70-kilometer separation. What do I get with a little more? Oh, that was way too much adjustment. Okay, 13-kilometer separation, which actually at this type of altitude difference is really fine. And try and see if I can bring down that relative inclination a bit, though. Okay. 2.5, 2.2, 1.3. It's under 1 now. Let's... I'm just going to live with this. There we go. We got a 6.1 kilometer separation. 5.6. 5. Okay, stop playing. 5.2. And a relative inclination of negative 1 point or 0.7. And I don't see a moon encounter. So crossing my fingers, I'm most certainly going to quick save. Because I am not... get this oriented for solar panel purposes. And so we're going to come around here and with luck not encounter... Oh, I always hate it going around backwards. It just, I don't know what it is, it just makes me confused. Okay, put this onto here. No moon encounter with that, so that's good. Alright. Repair a satellite and rescue a Kerbal. Well, let's see. I still got over 1 kilometer per second. About to do a 203 meter per second burn. Got a relative velocity with the target of 84 meters per second. So I'm going to be burning close to 300 meters per second. So subtract that off. I still think I got enough to get home. We'll see. We'll see. I can't remember what the burn was to get out here. My mistake was burning prograde that very first burn to avoid the moon. That I should have done flip the orbit, like made that my very first thing to do. Okay, 3 and 2 and 1 and go. Okay, 33-second burn. You think you're gonna need another rescue team? Well, I can make another one of these. And not make another one, just launch another one. I mean, that might be the simplest solution. Not to come up with fuel, but just to make another, just launch another one of these and dock the two together. But I prefer not to. I always like to bring things, although, I mean, it's Waffle Bird, maybe. I'm going to blame it on him. Why not blame it on Waffle Bird? Alright, here we go. And for once, are we going to get... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong numbers here. There we go. A 6.1 meter separation. I was looking at the wrong numbers. A little bit of RCS puffs. I saw 5.2. There we go. Okay. And we're going to be there in 6 days, 4 hours, and 34 minutes. Let's do a little F5ing here. So we're going to do, just to explain now that things are making some sense, and I see no moon encounters, hooray! We're going to come around one more time, and then by the time we're back here, we're going to be meeting our satellite. Now, I'm definitely going to do a quick save. I'm going to use Kerbal alarm clock rather than the game's stock alarm clock, because I trust it more. We're going to set up for our encounter, which is in 6 days. Gonna give me like 30 minutes of warning on this one. Oh, no maneuver. Oh, not the maneuver node, silly. The encounter. There we go. 30 minutes. So in 6 days, 4 hours and 33 minutes, it's gonna stop me 30 minutes before that. So we're gonna add up an alarm. Okay. And this is an alarm, by the way, of an asteroid that's going to be coming into Kerbin's SOI that I wouldn't mind snatching, but that's going to be for the future. For now, I'm going to time warp. We'll watch it from here. Oh, I hate the moon going around. That's probably why I was getting all those moon encounters, because we were going the opposite direction. I don't know. But yeah, you're crossing the moon's path so many times because you're going opposite. Makes sense to me. Anyway, we're matching up nicey nice. Slip this target. We can do the rest of this from here. Okay, delete that alarm. Get rid of alarm clock. We are still 151 kilometers away. It is more or less in that direction. I got to knock off about 84 meters per second, so we has to be aware of that. I'm going to see if pushing this retrograde vector a little closer. Yep, that's bringing down. No, it's not. It's bringing up my encounter distance. So let's get ourselves a little closer. Oh, getting the waypoint now. Okay. See if I can, again, reduce this distance again. Still bringing it up. What if I pull... Try pushing this way? Is that the opposite? Yeah, okay, do the opposite of what I think I should do. Oh, no, that's putting it up too. Let's just get ourselves closer. Let's get ourselves to about 10 minutes away, maybe 5 minutes away. Gotta make sure I give myself time to be able to slow down. Oh, it's doing that mess up thing. I hate that. Okay, so let's knock off 4 minutes. So at about 17 minutes. It's messing up my numbers down here. When this gets to 17, I'm going to stop. 18. Okay, about 5 minutes away. Okay, gotta be this way to slow this. Yeah, that's bringing it down. Okay, so no, it's still bringing. You know what? I think I'm just going to put it on there anyway. I think these numbers are lying to me. I'm going to push the retrograde vector onto the anti-target there. Yeah, now it's bringing it down. Getting sensible numbers now. Now I'm getting very not sensible numbers. It really doesn't like I'll just put this so that I am still heading at my target. But there's like some sort of float. When you have two orbits that are relatively close to each other like this, I think the floating decimals get in the way. Yeah, that's weird. It's not showing it here, but it is showing it here. So maybe I'll just look at this. Got an 800 meter separation in about 7 minutes it was. So we'll take off a couple minutes here. And we're going backwards. Satellite's coming in behind us, which is always, I find weird. What if I looked at it from the other side? Maybe that'll make it feel normal. I don't know. Okay, about 4 minutes away. I think we're fine. A little closer. Okay, we're only about 9 kilometers from our target. These numbers are useless. However, this number is not. get a little closer. As long as you can push this time to intersect up, then you're fine. If you get to the point where you can't, then you're in trouble. We'll get ourselves, where are we now? About a minute and a half away. Yeah, holding that. Okay. And I'm kind of watching this speed coming down, but I'm watching this time. I don't want to get this time up too high. Cut throttle. Time warp a little closer. We're about a minute and 15 seconds away. Our relative velocity is 32 meters per second. Again, useless numbers over here, so that's why I'm doing it from this view. Lowering our relative speed and keeping our time a constant. I like that. So staying about a minute and 9 seconds away. I think once I get this speed down to about 10 meters per second, I'll come out of map view and just eyeball it from there. Oh, we got sensible numbers here now. Got sensible numbers here. That's good. Oh. That makes me happy. I like sensible numbers. These numbers have gone sensible. Except when I time warp. How do you get out of map target beacon? How do you get out of map target beacon? I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure. Actually, one of the comments that I get now and again is, you're sorry, I should slow down and really think about what I'm doing. Slow down a little bit more. I can see the satellite. Cut throttle. Is people don't get this waypoint. That's just F4, and it's really easy to have that off, and it stays toggled off like through multiple until you toggle it back on again, even on multiple play sessions. So that's a little frustrating. I've done that one before, going, "Where's that waypoint?" All right, we're closing in. Now it's easy. Now, to be honest, what I might just do is kind of push this a little bit off the retrograde, a little bit off the target, only so that we'll come in. I guess I'm going to be coming in above it. Yeah. Now look there. And then that way I'm not running right into it with my back end, right? I'm going to miss it a little bit. Actually, it looks like we're coming planet side of it. Or maybe the opposite of that. No, we're coming out here. We're going to be parking on this side. That makes sense. Use a little RCS at this point. So this isn't my satellite, of course. This is the game satellite. That's pretty much a park job there. All we got to do is get out Bill and install that radiator.